Hey everybody, this is Brandon with Love to Hate, Kiefer for Perez, and Cigars in Cinema. Got a question to ask you. Are you a fan of horror movies? Do you like to be scared? Is Halloween your thing? If you've answered yes to any of those questions, there's something you got to do. Texas Frightmare Weekend is coming May 5th, 6th, and 7th in DFW. Tickets are available at TexasFrightmareWeekend.com. Go check it out. The list of people that they have coming to this event gets more impressive every year. There's great photo ops, a lot of great vendors. Be there. It's going to be a killer event. Nat Sherman is the leading American luxury brand in premium cigars. From the classic range of the Metropolitan and Host selections to the transformative Timeless collection, their elegant Sterling and limited edition offerings, or the bold and commemorative 1930 blend Andy Polka. Everyone has the opportunity to enjoy a Nat Sherman experience. Family owned and operated since 1930, Nat Sherman's tradition of innovation and commitment to excellence reminds us why America's Nat Sherman brand is known as tobacconist to the world. Love to Hate, the podcast that asks the question, what do you love to hate?
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
And I hate your ass face!
Do you love it?
No!
Do you hate it?
Oh, yeah! Yes!
You stupid, ignorant son of a bitch, dumb bastard!
I toss in your general direction.
No more foreplay.
Hey kids, it's Monday, so it's time for another edition of Love to Hate, the show that you hate to miss.
Yeah.
Wow, that was bad. Like halfway through that, I'm like, I'm screwed. I have no idea where I'm going. Kind of, yeah. I'm Philip Fullman,
And I'm Brandon Luna.
You know, it's
We missed a week, so you kind of had to practice.
yeah.
you know?
I'm in a food coma. Is kind of what it is. Have you?
Yeah, I'm going to finish my little
When
snack
didn't
right
we do this before, where we went and ate at a Chinese buffet and then tried to record?
Right.
And it,
here
like,
we are
totally-
opening food on air and getting ready to eat it. This is our fortune cookie.
Let's see.
I'm going to read my fortune cookie. Now, let me. Do you actually eat the fortune cookie, or do you just throw the fortune cookie away?
Sometimes it depends on how.
Depends on if it's a good
If I
fortune
got a
cookie.
sweet tooth or not.
All right, what does yours say?
Wishing does not make a poor man rich.
Yeah.
So that's like shit in one hand, wish in the other.
Right. Without knowing the force of words, it is impossible to know men. Ooh. That's kind of deep for a fortune cookie.
Yeah, mine wasn't. Hey, on the back, though, how about another fortune? Go to secondfortune.com.
Right.
And then I get my lucky numbers.
I liked it better when they had the Chinese word on there that you had to try and pronounce. I thought that was kind of fun, like fuck toy or something or whatever.
Bok choy or whatever.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, wishing
crazy.
does not make a poor man rich. Is that something that people didn't know? Like,
Then you add
gee, I
in
wish
bed.
I was
You're
rich.
supposed to add in bed to the end of that, like everybody does.
Or on the toilet. You can
On
do
the
either
toilet,
one,
you
I
can do
guess.
that. Yeah.
Wishing does not make a poor man rich on the toilet. Well,
No,
what does it mean to be
without
rich?
knowing the force of words, it is impossible to know men on the toilet.
I actually have coffee here with my cigar, so I'm going to eat a piece of it.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Well,
Eat
Mark.
on Mike, you son of a bitch.
Over here.
Yeah. What were we going to talk about? We were going to talk about something else today. We're going to talk about douchebags, like douchebags eating food. We were going to talk about douchebags this week, but I think we're going to talk. Let's talk about buffets.
Let's talk about the buffet.
Yeah, let's talk about the buffets. You know,
It was lovely. We walked in, we were greeted, the same greeting
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
we kind of frequent.
we frequent that place.
Yeah.
It's once every month.
What is it called?
Twice
Great
a
Wall
month.
Buffet.
Yeah, in Frisco, so free advertisement for them.
There you go.
But no, I mean buffets. Is that like decidedly an American thing?
I think so.
Yeah. Is there any other place in the world that you
Now,
think has?
to be fair, I've only been to London once,
Right.
and I don't recall there being buffets there.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, Americans
It
definitely
could
like
be.
their buffets. I'll tell you that.
Regardless, I mean, we can only talk about what we know of American buffets.
Mm-hmm.
They can be all right, but then there's some that can be just absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, it's very much a hit and miss type thing. You know,
It is.
and it's all a matter of opinion. And more so than any other meal out there, when you go to Yelp on a buffet place, it is typically 50-50 because some people just absolutely love it, and some people absolutely hate it, and it depends on who you're getting. If it's the food snob, they're going to hate it. If it's the guy that just
Well,
wants a
yeah.
meal for a good price, they're going to like it. You know, it's
Well, what
there's definitely
food snob's going to
variances
go to
there.
a buffet anyway? Buffets are not known for highbrow cuisine,
Right.
and I think they're kind of like what on the hierarchy chain. They're like a step down from cafeteria.
Yeah, I would say. There's at least
So-
cafeteria like Luby's. They prepare the food for you. Well, no, I guess it's there too, but you don't.
Yeah,
get to pick
but
and
you go
choose.
through. Yeah, but you go through the line, and you don't get to go back up randomly. and get whatever, and then you can't put like fried chicken with your roast beef with your.
Well, now you can't
whatever.
if you go to Furs or if you go to Golden Corral.
I do love Furs.
Yeah, I like Furs too. Furs is actually
They make great
decent,
chicken fried steak.
It's actually a decent buffet.
Yeah, I hate Golden Corral.
Golden Corral is Todd Vance's favorite. If you don't know who Todd Vance is, he's the rep for Cornelius and Anthony.
How does Todd?
He loves that place.
What?
Absolutely loves it.
Why?
When Randy, a friend of the show, Randy was a rep for AJ at the time, and he was riding with Todd. He said Todd would always want to stop at either Chinese Buffet or Golden Corral. Those are the two places he'd want to stop constantly.
I get the Chinese buffet part, but Golden Corral?
Yeah, but Chinese buffet is pretty specific. I mean, you're talking Chinese food. Occasionally they'll have like chicken nuggets for kids and maybe those little weird covered hot dog things.
Well, don't forget they've got the authentic Chinese Oreos and chocolate chip cookies over there with the cake. And
yeah,
I never understood that. Yeah, I never understood that part.
Yeah,
but Golden Corral to me is, I don't know, skeevy.
Skeevy?
Kind of, yeah. They always, I don't know.
If you got 3 trucks parked in front of your yard with no tires, you might like Golden Corral.
That's kind of it.
Yeah.
It's more of a, shall we say, blue-collar type establishment.
Yeah.
But I mean, when we were...
Hence why he's advertising for him, so yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
When we were at the Chinese buffet, there's a lot of construction guys and stuff go in. But
yeah.
Golden Corral seems to do just like that big... It's a lot of families.
Right.
Like, hey, we have 5 kids, and we're going to just let them run rampant. Yeah. But the food also seems kind of crappy, too.
It is. I went a couple times after Vance was, preaching the gospel of Golden Corral, and I couldn't do it. I mean, when they have the steak day, first off, the cut of meat that they use is abhorrent. It's probably like the, back of the ass cheek that's, been sitting in mud for 12 weeks or something or covered in shit, and they don't clean it well. It's just a bad cut of meat. It's not a good cut of meat.
Right.
It's just a horrible...
chewy.
Yeah. And when you have a bad cut of meat and you're trying to make it on a grill, there's really not... Unless you slow cook it, it's not going to be a good piece of meat. And these guys don't...
There's no slow cooking at a...
They cook the living shit out of it.
Yeah, it's a buffet. You got it's churn and burn.
Yeah, exactly.
There was like a country buffet. I don't know what it was. It was in Kansas City. It was pretty good. Next girlfriend and I used to go.
With the K.
Yeah. And
I know
that was
what you speak of. Yeah.
That was fun because, it's like, hey, now I'm getting roast beef. Now I'm getting chicken, and you could just do little portions of it. So it wasn't like you were portions. I don't know what I'm saying.
Right.
Little portions of it. So it wasn't like you were doing like a full meal on each plate. Just get a taste of each one.
Right. And they do pretty good Southern cooking, and then they have
which is kind of I think what the point of the buffet is not to go in and just be like, hey, I'm going to take in all my 2,000 calories right now.
Right. For some people it is, though. I mean...
For some people, it's just their first 2,000 calories of the day.
Right, yeah.
Because there's a lot of people... there's a lot of hefty people that go into buffets, and that kind of just... I mean, you expect them to pull their chair up right there to the buffet.
Right. I love the notes that they always have at the buffets. You can always tell when the owner's fed up. He's got the note that's like badly drawn, like a 12-year-old wrote it in crayon or something. It's like, if you take the food, eat the food. If you don't eat the food, we're going to charge you extra. They just get all like mad and stuff. And it's a buffet, don't share. Pay for 2 meals, don't be an asshole. That type of thing. So,
hey babe, guess what? We're going to the Golden Corral tonight. That's all right. We're just gonna get 1 plate, not 2. It'll be special. We'll share.
Right. You just stay in the bathroom the whole time. I'll text you when you come out and get your shrimp.
I could see somebody doing that.
Right. That's all right. All right, shrimp time. Go.
Oh my God! Can you imagine shrimp at a buffet? Talk about just getting sick.
No, yeah. Okay, so I've got some buffet stories.
Oh my God! Well, think of it this way. This is what I always imagine without having actually seen it. Right. The Golden Corral has that chocolate fountain. Yeah. You just know some bitch has put a chicken fried steak in the chocolate fountain, and when that stuff drops, it just floats in the chocolate at the bottom. Nobody's like, they're going through and straining it.
Right.
There's probably pieces of liver in there. Who knows? Hey, liver's good when done correctly, but I'm thinking at Golden Corral, liver, not so much.
No, not a fan of liver at all.
Steve, our executive producer, Steve, you like buffets?
No, he doesn't like buffet. Okay, so what don't you like about a buffet?
The quality of the food.
The quality of the food, yeah.
Which tends to be
Yeah.
See, I can give a little on the food. It's really the crowd that annoys me more than anything. If you bring in like your entire brood and they're just running around,
right? Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, that's gonna irk me.
Yeah, and they're just doing their own thing. They're just tackling everything and throwing it on the plate, and then they don't eat half the shit that's on the plate, and it's dropping on the floor, and you're stepping on Jello.
Oh my God! Yeah, when they leave the bottom side, you just look at the floor. It's like, holy crap! Did any of it go in their mouth?
Right.
So you said you have buffet stories.
Yeah, so I'm a big Chinese buffet guy. I love it, and it's
You
it's
and
hit
me
or
both.
miss. It's hit or miss. I mean, you got your buffets that are good, you got your buffets that are bad. The problem that you run into with buffets is that a lot of times they will leave the food out for the entire day, and so you go lunch and dinner, it's the same shit. Especially if no one's going there and it isn't highly frequented, you're going to get some food that's been sitting around for a long time. So
we're not going to throw it out.
So the story goes, and my wife could probably tell us better. My wife could probably tell this better than I could, but she, I think we were out drinking late.
She could probably do the podcast better than
right?
we could
Yeah,
too.
probably.
Yeah.
She doesn't like half the stuff I say, so she probably. But anyway.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Hi, Danny.
Hi. So it was late at night. We'd been drinking. It was probably close to 10. They were getting ready to close. And I'm like, I want a Chinese buffet. And she's like, no, you don't want a Chinese. I'm like, no, I'm hungry. I want a Chinese buffet. So we go to the restaurant. I'm drunk. I eat the food. And it was not good. It had been sitting out all day. They probably weren't even hot anymore. Everything was cold. I'm eating it just gorging myself on this. And I was sick for probably 2 days after that. Just sick. So, yeah, big recommendation. If you're going to eat...
Booze and bad food.
Yeah, if you're going to eat Chinese buffet, don't do it at 9:30 at night before they close. Go at 11 when they just opened.
There was a place that opened in El Paso called Shoney's, and it was great because they did breakfast buffet. Mm-hmm. So you could go in when the bars closed, and then it's like, hey, hot and fresh food.
Right.
And then you could just
eggs,
carb... Yeah, you could carb load before you went home and passed out.
Nice. That'd be
so
great.
that was kind of cool.
Shoney's?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably went away because,
Well, look at the face of the...
Probably because of the internet. I don't know.
So, Furs used to be a straight-up cafeteria.
Right now it's more of a buffet.
Now it's a buffet.
We used to go on Friday nights with my dad. We'd pick him up from work and or meet him where he got dropped off for work, and we'd all go to Furs, and that was kind of like our family meal.
Right. And then Luby's, there was a Luby's in Garland that became a buffet as well.
Right.
So I think that tends to be where they're going nowadays. And you do see a lot of old people, elderly people still at Furs and over at Golden Corral and whatnot.
Furs still has pretty decent coconut cream pie, too.
They
Last time I
they
went,
do.
so...
I
kind of like it because you can get all the courses. It's like, hey, look, I can get my salad, my entree. I can have a couple of sides, a dessert, some tea.
Right.
I'm using a cloth napkin, or I don't know if they still use cloth napkins or not.
I think
Probably
they do.
not.
Yeah, I think they
but
do.
man, the Furs we went to used to have a guy playing piano.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He was all tuxed out, and he would sit there and play piano, and they had sconces on the wall and just,
wow.
I mean, it was very fancy.
That's fancy. Yeah.
Yeah. Looking back at it, I'm like, what? It was just a cafeteria. But
Right,
apparently
right.
cafeteria dining used to be...
Pretty big deal. Yeah. When
Yeah.
I was a kid in the 70s, we went to freaking Luby's all the time.
Yeah.
The Luann special,
I always
Luann
like
plate,
Furs
whatever
better
it
than Luby's, but, I don't mind a cafeteria.
was. I don't either. But
But
they've
the-
gone the way of the dodo because of the buffets.
Yeah. Well, and it's the idea of, look at how much food we're getting. When I was in Casey, there was a pizza buffet. About 3 or 4 of us would frequent it and just destroy the buffet. It was like $3.99 all you can eat plus a drink.
Right.
So we would go in and destroy the pizza. And we asked the lady one time, I was like, how do you make money at $3.99? She said, you guys are the loss leaders. She said, for every one of you that comes in, we have one person who comes in, pays the full $3.99, eats a slice and a half, little bit of salad, and a drink, and leaves.
Right.
So they do the all-you-can-eat, and they overpay. And then you guys come in and make up for it by eating, like, everything that you can.
Right, right.
And we did.
Yeah.
It was...
So Pizza Hut used to be a thing. Remember when they used to have actual restaurants? They don't really have them anymore.
I guess they don't.
They're parts of Taco Bell or something now, or KFC.
You're right.
They're combined with something nowadays. But I remember there was a time when Pizza Hut turned to a buffet place.
I think it was always a restaurant, but they had like a lunch buffet.
A lunch buffet.
Yeah.
But there was one
Pete's Inn did that too.
Yeah, true. And Mr. Gaddy's, or not Mr. Gaddy's, Was it Gaddy's? It was just Gaddy's. There was Mr. something. What was the Mr. one?
Mr. Gaddy's.
It was Mr. Gaddy's?
If it was Mr. in it, it was Mr. Gaddy.
Okay.
Or there's a Mr. Jim's.
Yeah. There's another one, too. There's a couple of them there. Godfather's Pizza, CC's is a big one. Yeah. I think CC's changed the face of that. And
pretty much.
Kind of made, but I think that was probably why Pizza Hut went to buffet. But they had the weirdest buffet in the world. It was over there off of Frankfurt and the Tollway. And it was one of the last freestanding, Pizza Huts that was around. And you go in there, and it said, pizza buffet. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go in there and have a buffet. This is probably like 15 years ago. I go, I sit down, there's no buffet. I'm like, you expect to see like a whole area where all the pizzas are, and the guy comes over at the table, is like, what would you like? I'm like, I thought this was a buffet. He's like, it is a buffet. You just tell us what you want. We'll bring out the however many slices you want of what you want. I'm like,
that's kind of weird.
That's weird. Like, okay, well, I'd like a couple slices
of
Supreme.
Dim sum?
Yeah, it was like dim sum. It was like a couple slices of Supreme and some pepperoni. Well, then this huge guy walks in. Like, I'm talking 500-pound, Jabba the Hutt looking. He's on wheelchair, scooches into the table. He's like, I want all the pizza. And they're like, sir, well, it's different. He goes, where's the buffet? I want to see what's on the buffet. Well, it's not that kind of buffet. You order what you want. He's like, give me 5 pizzas. Guy's like, well, we're trying to prevent waste. We just want to know, if you want half of this and half of that, we'll do that. He's like, no, I want 5 pizzas. Like, well, what do you want? And he tells him what he wants. He's like, I'll go see what I can do. And he gets me. He's like, it's the worst fucking buffet in the world. Why? He's just complaining to me, and I'm like eating my 2 pieces. I'm like, okay.
Was he also complaining about the fact that Han Solo got away?
Yes, exactly. But he got 5 pizzas, and he sat there and ate every single slice of those 5 pizzas.
How long did you sit there after you were done eating and just watch it?
I was there. No, he went pretty quick. Once those pizzas came out, they were gone fast. I mean, he was just like, he could probably take a whole pizza, roll it up like a burrito, and just take the whole thing in. That's
absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that leads to another discussion about overeating that buffets can definitely promote.
I think it makes it easier for people who want to overeat like that guy.
Yeah,
because then there's the option.
Do you have a plate limit?
But they can do that anywhere.
Well, yeah,
they can do that going through the drive-thru at McDonald's.
Right. Just get 8 $8 burgers or whatever you want. Yeah,
or 8 Whoppers, whatever. Yeah,
there's
8 full-size burgers.
There's a value associated with it, though. I mean, you're talking about an $8.99
That's true. It's
buffet.
Like, hey, I can get my 17,000 calories in, for less money because I'm not Michael Phelps.
Right.
Of course, he actually used his 17,000 calories a day or whatever.
Right.
Insane amount that was. I don't know. I guess you could say it enables them.
Yeah. I mean, how many?
Or allows them to feed the machine, so to speak.
Do you limit yourselves? Do you have a plate limit where you're like, I'm only going to get 2 plates and I'm done?
No, but I'm usually like when we go to the buffet, I 2 plates and I'm kind of like, I'm good.
Right.
Wasn't always that way, but yeah. Now it's like, I'm full. I don't feel like I have to prove anything to them and be like, well, you know what? I'm getting my money's worth out of these SOBs.
Right.
No, it's just like, I just like the idea of it's a little bit of everything and I don't have to order one thing and then I'm done.
Yeah. There tends to be the buffets like this one are probably my favorite where it's a specific food. When you get into something like, there is some Chinese buffets that have like, not only do they have Chinese food, but they have Italian food and they have the stuff for the kids and they got the hibachi grill and they got the sushi and they got the tacos.
See, that's how like those country kitchens are and I kind of like that because it's like, you're going to have a little piece of turkey, a little piece of roast beef, I'm
okay when they do it right. Like, I think Furr's does it right, but, like, there's a place in Oklahoma, for example, Oklahoma City, that has a big sign right out front. It's like, all-you-can-eat steak, and it's a Chinese buffet place. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. Okay. So you walk into this joint, and they've got a wall of meat, basically. So they have, like, like just stacks of, like, beef and stuff hanging, and you can get a steak cooked for you. As many as you want. I think they have a 2 minimum or a 2 max per visit. And they also have a whole section of Chinese food, but they also have a whole section of Italian food, Mexican food, and there is a sushi thing and a dim sum type stuff. So they have a whole bunch of stuff and a shit ton of pies, like just like a whole section of cakes and pies. It's crazy. But they don't do anything well. It's all pretty subpar,
right?
Unless you get the guy to cook the steak right, because they have decent cuts of steak. It's not like sirloin; it's like New York strip, which is okay,
right.
And you just got to tell them I want it medium rare, so you can sit there and eat 3 steaks and walk out of there for $8 and probably do yourself pretty well. But on the other side of things, the rest of it's pretty awful.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you got to specialize.
Yeah.
And if you're basically a Chinese restaurant branching out, it's not going to be that good.
Yeah.
Because you don't see like the hometown buffets or whatever. They don't branch out into ethnic food.
No.
They're not doing. I mean, occasionally I guess I'll try enchiladas or tacos.
Enchilada casserole. Something like that.
Yeah, it just looks horrible.
Right.
But I mean, that's about it. That or tacos. But they're not trying to do, sweet and sour chicken or egg rolls or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's like, look, we're pretty much going to do standard American fare here.
They got that overcooked Mexican rice that tastes like gravel. It's just like really hard.
Yeah. I've had that before.
Never good.
No. Rice on a buffet is actually...
Is that a big thing for you? How much the buffet costs?
All buffets should cost about $10, I guess.
Yeah. I always thought it was weird how the Chinese buffet places, they increase their prices by like $4 at night. And the food's the same. I mean, they might have crab, and maybe that's why they do that.
Well, then you should charge just for the guy who gets the crab.
Right. If you want the seafood buffet, then
right.
a little extra. But other than that, like this one I think goes up to $14 at night or something.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not. Unless you're putting away 5 plates and you got someone in the bathroom that's eating
And
shrimp.
honestly, if I'm going to be eating shellfish, which I'm not, but if somebody who eats shellfish is going to eat shellfish, I don't know that I'd get it off a buffet.
There's another buffet. I've been to probably all of them in Dallas. There's one over there.
How's the diet going?
Awful. The life change. It was the
life change. Sorry,
my life has changed to I'm eating more food now. Than I
think my life change is going great. I
Yeah,
didn't even ask for it.
No, but there's one over off of 75 near Renegade Cigar, and that place always has crawfish on their buffet. And I was in there one time, and there was a guy that was just getting plates and plates of crawfish, and that's all he ate. He would go in there, eat like 4 or 5 plates of crawfish, and leave. And they were fighting with the guy, like, no, you've already had 3. You can't. No, we can't give you another plate of crawfish because I guess they're expensive. I don't know. And he was just arguing with him back and forth. He's like, look, I come in here all the time. You know what I'm gonna do? Just suck it up. It says all you can eat. Let me eat. And sat there and just ate 5 plates of crawfish. So.
Who was that comedian? The guy talking about the big fat guy talking about going to the Chinese buffet, and they're like, "You go home now.
Yeah, you've been here
for a 4 hour. You're too fat.
Yeah,
you eat vegetable."
He's dead now.
Yeah, oddly enough, Ralphie
May
lost
a lot of weight. No, it was John Panette.
Okay,
John Panette. He was a huge guy. He lost all this weight, got skinny, and then died. So yeah,
sweet irony.
I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
I had a buddy who said that happened. That he and his uncles, his 4 Italian uncles, went to a buffet, and finally they came up and they're like, "All right, guys, enough.
You're done." Yeah.
It's like, not. It's all you can eat, but not in one lifetime.
Right. Not in a row.
Right. So apparently they destroyed that. But no, I don't. I don't do the buffets much anymore. The Chinese buffet is about the only thing I'll do anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Because I like Chinese food.
Yeah, I do too. Is that your favorite food? If you had like one food that you
know
eat
what?
Forever?
Since I left El Paso, it has become my substitute for Mexican food because there's no place here to get decent Mexican. There's one place, and it's kind of far away, and it's the same stuff. But in El Paso, I mean, Mexican food 3-4 nights a week.
Right.
Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or sometimes all 3.
How'd your bowels handle that?
Fine.
Yeah?
Yeah. You were used to it.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
You just grew up eating Mexican food. So now, because there's not...
It's all Tex-Mex, yeah.
Yeah, because there's not a place close by or that delivers, it's Chinese.
Mexican food delivered?
No.
Okay.
But I mean, there were, it's El Paso, so I can drive 2 blocks and there's a Mexican restaurant.
Right.
Here, it's a little bit more of an effort and whatnot. So if you don't want to leave the house or you don't want to drive that far... And that's the other place they get you here, unlike big cities like New York. You get 2 options. You can get Italian or Chinese.
For delivery.
Or pizza. Yeah, that's it. And then there's all these other bullshit organizations that are like, hey, we'll deliver, download our app. But then it's...
Uber Eats.
Yeah, but then it's like you have to have a minimum $30 order, and then we're doing a $15 charge on it, and it takes an hour and a half. Like, you know what? No. That's way too much money and way too long to wait.
Right.
So,
I wonder how much business Hooters would get if they went to a all-you-can-eat model.
God, there's a joke there, and I can't get the bat off my shoulder. I thought you were going to say if the Hooters chick delivers.
Oh yeah, well that too. Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so
Hooters
bad.
Eats.
Hooters
just, like,
Eats.
They deliver their own stuff.
Yeah, they do
Scantily
make.
clad.
They do make a buffalo sandwich. It's pretty good.
The
I don't
buffalo
know.
chicken sandwich is good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would do. That would be a messy buffet because you'd have buffalo sauce everywhere because you're always
Right.
walking out with shit all over your fingers.
Yeah.
The place is sticky as it is, so I can't imagine what the buffet would be like. But it would certainly fit.
They might get some of their business back from the other restaurants that are in the area now.
Yeah.
Was it like 8 here or something? We got that.
Yeah,
We got Twin Peaks.
Twin
we got
Peaks, Wild Pitch, which I don't know if that's a chain
there's another one,
or...
Third Base over
Yeah,
here.
Steve's a fan of Third Base.
Yeah?
Have you
been to Third
You've
Base?
been, right? Or have you just heard? Tight Ends.
Tight Ends, yeah.
That's what it is.
Love the little kitschy names.
Yeah.
Was it Redneck Heaven? There's another one.
I haven't...
That's over in Garland or somewhere like that. And
picturing a
there's-
Daisy Duke
There's
thing.
another one that's like Cuban based. It's like Oi Papi or something. I don't know. That's probably not the name at all, but it's Oi Papi. But it's, a bunch of like half naked Mexican chicks running around serving Cuban sandwiches. So there's that one too.
Interesting.
There's a bunch of them, man.
Well, there's a
bunch.
strip club with a buffet, so...
Is there?
Yeah, down in Dallas.
They got that one that does like legs and eggs or something. They have
Yeah,
like
they advertise like a lunch buffet.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about the breakfast one. They have one like if you go there like from 2 to 6 or 4 in the morning, something like that.
Seriously?
They do like a breakfast buffet. So it's like tits and eggs. But I think it's called
Wow.
legs and eggs. Yeah.
Better rhyme scheme.
Yeah, legs and eggs is better than
Yeah, tits and eggs.
tits and
that
hash
doesn't-
browns. Doesn't work. Ass and hash.
Tits and toast.
There you go. Tits and toast.
Shit on a shingle.
Right. I don't think I could eat food from a strip club, though. I mean, that
It just
sounds
seems weird.
really like I would expect pubic hairs in my food at the strip club for some reason. I don't know.
Well, I don't think they're.
I don't think they're
I don't think
cooking
they're
it.
cooking. I don't
Plus,
even know if they.
who has pubic hair anymore? But still, I mean,
Well,
just,
that's yeah.
it seems
I
like
don't,
that would be a
I don't
thing,
know.
The cook, I guess. would
It just
probably
seems.
have
It just seems weird that you're sitting there trying to have a meal and watch a show.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess
Strip clubs are weird. They're skeevy.
that's yeah.
Well, that's what they are. I mean, I get. Yeah, that's another one. Love to hate strip clubs.
Strip club buffets.
Yeah, we're just the strip clubs in general. Don't understand. I think there was a time and place where they were something that was different. I guess back in the 70s when porn was like modernized and people were actually going to the theater to see it, it made sense back then. It was something to do with your friends to go out and drink and go to a strip club. But now it's just where
People still do it.
yeah, young douchebags go.
Young douchebag. Again, a topic for next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, because when I was younger, it had an appeal, and now it's like, eh.
Right. Well,
I think it's that idea of when you're younger, at least riddled with insecurity, it was always that, will I ever see an actual woman naked?
Right.
Will I? Is it possible? And then you do, and then you're like, will I ever see another naked woman?
right.
And then you do, and then at some point you're like, nah, I'll see a naked woman again.
Right.
And it kind of loses that whole appeal thing. Plus, once you're in on the scam, strip club, Hooters, it's all the same. Hi, can I sit here and pretend to like you so you'll tip me more?
Right.
Or and then there's always the poor buffoon who's sitting there going, no. She and I really connected. I mean, she acted
guy.
like she connected with these other guys,
Right.
but she and I really hit it off. Like, really?
Yeah.
Okay, you let me know how that goes.
Right.
You don't have that at a buffet. You don't have
No,
to
no,
worry
you
about
don't.
it.
No, you don't. But they probably
What do you tip at a buffet?
buffet?
Here's a question. Because all they do is maybe refill my water.
Right.
And how often do they do that? But I'm really doing all the work.
Yeah.
So what do you leave? What's
I don't
polite?
think- I think
$1, $2?
That's a recent thing. I don't think they're used. I mean, now you get like the one over here has the tip chart for you. They tell you, well, if you want to do 10% or 20% or 25, this is how much you should.
Yeah, but
tip.
they're not doing that much.
They're not doing anything.
No.
And they take the plate away when you've eaten it, but they're not going and getting you food. They're not.
No, they're not serving me. Hey, can I get you anything else? It's just a
Yeah.
beverage refill.
I still do 20 because I'm just I've worked in the industry and I think it's hard work and I.
You've
get
worked
it.
in the buffet industry.
Not the buffet industry. I would friggin' be 600 pounds if I worked in the buffet industry. No, but I've worked in the food industry younger as a kid, whatever. And I
Well,
get
that's
it, but-
different though. If you're hustling,
Yeah.
bringing bringing people their food.
Are you a 10%er at a buffet?
I don't even know if it was. I guess it was. I guess based on the price of the ticket and what $2. Yeah, I guess it worked
So it's
out
20.
about that. Yeah.
So it was $10. So it was $2 tip. That's 20%.
Well,
So
see, there you go.
you're still 20%. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
She was working hard. She was kind of cute too.
She was cute. Yeah.
So
That helps, I think, too.
yes,
It does. Well, you got someone that's attentive and has a good personality and also is fairly attractive. You're going to tend to give them more money.
That's the other thing a lot of servers don't get is I'm going to sit here and talk and talk and talk. And it's like, no, I don't want you to do that.
Right,
I know you think you're being friendly. You're really being a pain in the ass right now.
Yeah, certain people like that, though, especially at Hooters and Twin Peaks.
They're nice to look at, but, I remember one of the last times I went to Hooters was with a buddy in Kansas City. And we were talking about something. The gal's kind of like, hey, standing there. Turns out she has her bachelor's in psychology.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so then we say something about a purchase. Mm-hmm. She goes, wow, that's a big word. She goes, why wouldn't you just say buy? Purchase is such a big word. Like, did you not encounter any bigger words in your psychology classes? Because I'm pretty sure there's some pretty big words in psychology.
Did she call it psychology or did she call it psychology?
No, she called it psychology.
Okay.
But it was like, yeah, probably shouldn't go into practice, should you? You think purchase is a large word? Like,
right.
What? Everybody knows that word. It's
and
not
every
like,
stripper's trying to go to college. And
yeah,
wants to
it's
be a
not like
doctor or
it's
a
not like
nurse.
something Woody Allen has in a script where everybody's like, "What did he say?"
Right.
It's like, no, I get the gist of it.
Right.
So, sometimes there's a reason you work at Hooters or strip clubs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Does it annoy you when you're getting ready to get your food at the buffet and the guy comes and dumps a bunch of shit on top of it, and then puts the old stuff back on top of the new stuff?
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh wait, no, I gotta do this.
Well, and there's no line at the buffet. You're kind of just
jumping in and out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
So it's kind of like the Thunderdome of food.
The Thunderdome of food.
Yeah, you're just in there, scavenging. You know what a buffet does is it brings us back to that hunter-gatherer type mentality where we have to get the plate and then go fight everybody else to make sure we get the sweet and sour chicken.
Does it annoy you when the guy next to you is getting food out of one thing and then he dips it into your thing right that you're in front of?
Yeah, that does. It's like,
man,
hey, there's a reason these spoons are separate, sir.
Right. I don't want your Mongolian beef on my Kung Pao chicken.
Yeah.
Bastard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever say anything?
No.
I flick the spoon. No, just kidding. Get the fuck out of here. No,
get away from me.
I'm eating here.
You cross-contaminated the Chinese food. I'm sure...
It all tastes.
I'm sure there's one spoon in the back that gets used for everything.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, we killed
How much time
30.
Yeah, I was going to say we totally didn't even plan on doing that. So.
Yeah, no. And then we took a whole 30 on it. So, so douchebags is coming up.
Yes.
Got a couple other topics we've got coming up too. I want to talk
about.
That's
good.
Yeah, we have to do that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the more topics, the more topics we have, the longer we can do this, and the more people can listen.
Right. Exactly.
Because we've got thousands of listeners.
And where could they listen if they wanted to listen? Oh, I'll tell you that. because you don't know these things.
You dick. I was as soon as you said it, I'm like, shit. I'm like, wait a minute. iHeartRadio.
There you go.
We're on Spreaker.
Yeah.
Podomatic?
No.
No, but we are on iTunes.
We are on iTunes.
And if you want to find us on Twitter, it's
Love to Hate Pod.
Love the number 2 hate
POD.
POD.
Right. And you can go to YouTube.
And we're Love to Hate on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
There's no video.
Right.
You can just hear us.
Yeah.
So nothing there. And then there's our Facebook page, Love
Correct.
to Hate Podcast.
Getting a lot of likes on that recently.
Are we?
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah. People are digging
Well,
it.
yeah. And if you guys have any topics that you want us to hate on, or topics that you hate that you want us to discuss, Facebook, Twitter, reach us at any of those. Brandon's cell phone is... No.
Hey now.
But yeah, reach out to us on those because we are always thinking of topics and texting back and forth going, don't forget this. This one's good. Don't forget. Wow.
Yep. We got a list. We got a going list.
Almost burned the mic cable.
Nah, we're good.
All right. Kids, we've wrapped up another 30 minutes. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week.